Good morning or good afternoon, depending on where you are. Hello, everyone. How are you? How has your week been going? I hope it's been fantastic so far, and I hope it continues to be fantastic. I am somewhat back in my office now. As you know, we're having some things done in house, and so I had to move out of my office last week, and I am back at my desk. The rest of the office is totally empty, and I'm wearing an earbud trying to help with the echo because it is really echoey in here. So hopefully I don't sound like I'm in the Grand Canyon to you. And if we hear any sudden loud noises, we know what it's from. There's work going on in the house. But I'm so happy to be back with you this week. And, I have a question for you. Last week we talked about um, some what my personal style taught me about my home decor style. And I actually have a part two of that that I just kind of came to mind this week. And so I want to know if that is something you would like uh, to hear, if you'd like to see that as a style snack. Let me know in the comments if that's something that would interest you. I got a lot of feedback, a lot of positive feedback about the one from last week that you really enjoyed it and that was an interesting take. And so if you'd like to hear more about that, let me know because we can do that. And so today, well, this summer, we talked a lot about just determining your style, setting your own fashion rules, and those things. And we also talked about some of the pains and frustrations of shopping. My maternal grandmother loved beautiful clothes and shopping. My mother also loves beautiful clothes, but she hates shopping and she always has. So it looks like this shopping gene skips a generation. My sister also is just not that interested in shopping and never has been. The truth is, my mother would rather take a hot poker to the eye than go to the mall. It is one of her most dreaded and despised tasks. And despite the stereotype that all women love to shop, we're all shopaholics, the truth is, many women hate shopping. For them, the frustration of not finding what they need, the overwhelm of the endless options, the time it takes going from store to store, sifting through the racks, dodging sales associates, working the promotions, and trying things on must be what the seventh level of hell is like. And even though I personally enjoy shopping, I get frustrated by it too. And whether you hate to shop or you could compete if it were an Olympic sport, there are tips to have a successful shopping trip so that you come home with what you need and want and not more frustration. So, I'm going to share some of these tips with you today because I'm a very experienced shopper. I shop for a living. Every season, I create these wardrobe guides, and it's like the most epic, monstrous, massive shopping trip that you can imagine. It lasts for weeks. So I've had a lot of experience, and I hope these tips help you. So the very first, and just a side note, there's a lot of drywall dust in the air, and I was a couple minutes late because I was having a little bit of a coughing fit. So I hope I don't start that up again, but have some patience with me if I do. So the first tip that I have for you is to set a budget. Creating a wardrobe budget means you can shop guilt-free. Never, never, ever go in debt over clothes. I say this all the time. There is nothing the retail world has to offer that is worth sacrificing your financial security and the burden of bills that you can't pay. Set a clothing budget and stick to it. Overspending and spending on things that your partner doesn't value is a common source of contention in relationships. And so, if you have your own clothing budget set aside just for you, you know what you can spend. You can spend it on anything you want and not get the stink eye. It's so freeing and it removes the stress, well, a stress point from shopping. I have a budget. It's in a separate bank account. I have a separate card that I use for my shopping. I know what I've spent and what I haven't. I know what I can afford. I can save up with things for things. So if you fall in love with something that doesn't fit your finances, save up for it and enjoy the anticipation. You know, getting everything you want right when you want it is seems like it would be the most gratifying thing, but saving up for it and anticipating this purchase of this thing that you've wanted for a really long time can be so much fun and more gratifying than just getting everything when you want it. So save up for what you want. And if you can't bring yourself to save up for what you want, you didn't love it that much anyway. If it wasn't worth the sacrifice of not buying these other things, then you didn't love it enough. And it's absolutely, definitely never worth spending outside of your means. So setting that budget will already set you up for a successful shopping trip. The second tip I have for you is to shop from a list. How many times have you gone shopping and come home with more things, but you still struggle to put together outfits? Those receipts didn't add up to solutions. They added up to more frustration. You still have nothing to wear. Or it may have patched your problem temporarily. You may have come home with a new outfit, but nothing to help you create more outfits in your wardrobe. It's common to go shopping and grab whatever seems fine because you just want to get out of there, or even makes you go all hard eyes and still have nothing to wear because it's not what you actually need and none of it goes together. We talked about that a lot this summer too. Impulse shopping without a plan is a big reason why so many women have a closet full of clothes and nothing to wear. By making a list of what you actually need, you can get the items that will help you build a wardrobe you love and outfits you can wear and feel fantastic in. But if you're just grabbing, whatever, you're still going to just have a hodgepodge in a collection of wild card items that don't actually make up a wardrobe. So my third tip for you is to keep your eyes on the prize. Now that you have a shopping list, it's easier to stay focused on what you need. What do you actually need? I know that reversible silver metallic shearling coat is so awesome, but is it on your list? Will it help you create outfits? Does it fill a gap in your wardrobe? Does it suit your lifestyle? Does it even get cold enough where you live to wear something like that? Do you have anywhere you would go and wear something like that? Bright, shiny things can easily distract us, but if they don't fill a need or a hole in your wardrobe, and if they don't fit into your wardrobe, then your wardrobe will be no more functional than it was before, but you'll have spent your money on this thing that you're not actually going to wear. And I use that example because that is something I came across on a shopping trip a couple of years ago, and I was so tempted. It was so fabulous, but it did not. Well, it wasn't on my list, first of all, and I did have a list of things I definitely needed, and it was so impractical. I would not have worn it. I did try it on though, and I took pictures, and I was actually trying to find that picture, but I think it's on my old phone. I never uploaded it to my computer, and I don't know where my old phone is yet in the unpacking process. So if I find it, I'll put it on the blog post when this goes up on the blog so you can see it because it was awesome. But it would not have helped me at all. But I did like trying it on. And you can do that. If you see the awesome thing, try it on. Take some pictures, enjoy it for the minute, and then leave it behind. So by actually making a list of things you need, you can get what you need that will help you build a wardrobe you love and can wear. And keeping this list on your phone, so that's where I keep mine. I just have, you can use it in your notes app, or you can keep a draft in your emails. It saves me time. I don't have to dig through all the racks in every store. Anytime I'm out shopping, I look for it and specifically ask for what is on my list. Do you have this item? No? Then I can move on. I don't need to look through every rack in that store. And I'm not saying that you can't buy something that's not on your list. You can come across something like, oh, you know what, that really is so perfectly me. I would get a lot of wear out of that. I can think of 10 different ways I would wear it. Or, you know, that is something that would help round out my wardrobe. Or if it's, you know, an item that is hard for you to find, like if you have hard to fit feet and you come across a pair of shoes that does match your criteria, even if that wasn't on your list, but that's like unicorn item for you, like finding shoes that fit me and meet all of these criteria, those are pots of gold at the end of a rainbow. Then, oh yeah, go ahead. I'm not saying you have to be super rigid, but let that list guide you, and these questions kind of help you filter out what you shouldn't be purchasing. So the next tip I have for you is to avoid the good deal gremlins. No one loves a good deal more than I do. I get such a high over getting a good deal. They feel like a gift from the shopping fairies. We must not refuse their offerings, lest we not be offered more. But it's not, if the steal of a deal in question doesn't actually meet my criteria, suit my wardrobe, and help me build a wardrobe I love, it's not actually a gift from the shopping fairies. It's from the good deal gremlins. They like to trick us into spending our money on things we don't want, love, or need by whispering in our ears, what a shame it would be to pass up such a bargain. I mean, it's disrespectful and ungrateful to leave it behind, they convince us. It's not true. These are lies. Avoid their traps by checking your list, staying focused on your goal. If you're out shopping for pants and you have a casual lifestyle and it rains more than half the year where you live, those red suede 4-inch heels, fabulous though they may be, really aren't going to work for you. And I don't care how good a deal they are. They just don't work for you. Pass them by and leave the good deal gremlins with them. Okay? My next tip for you is to look for quality. The frustration of spending the time and money to buy something new only to have it shrink, fade, pill, or come apart at the seams after just a few wears is why shopping for quality items is worth the extra time and expense. Has that ever happened to you? There are certain places that I will never shop again because everything I've purchased there, one wash and it's ruined. And I'm really careful with my clothes. It's not me, it's them. And it doesn't matter what a good deal it was, if I only got to wear it once or not at all and it came apart in the wash, it was not a good deal at all. Not to mention the frustration, like I really liked that top and now I can't wear it anymore. And now I've got to go find a new one. Spend your time and your dollars on things that will last so you don't have to replace them so often. It saves you time and money. So let's briefly talk about what quality means. Quality does not have to mean expensive. You can find very expensive, high-end label items that are poor quality and inexpensive no-name brands of good quality. A couple years ago, I almost got a bag, and I've been debating whether I should name the brand because it's a brand I love. I have several pieces from this brand, but it had such a sticky locking mechanism that the store associate had to force it open. I thought she was going to have to break the bag. because I had put my things inside of it to see how well they fit. And I latched it and I couldn't get it open. And she couldn't get it open. And I was like, she's gonna have to break that bag because I'm not leaving here without my wallet. So she finally got it open, but there is no way I wouldn't accept a free bag with that issue, much less pay hundreds of dollars for it. So just because it's a high-end label does not mean it's necessarily good quality. I've heard Target has great jeans, and I like to pick up t-shirts from Target. You know, not everything is worth getting the best quality you can afford. White t-shirts stain, they get dingy, and they look drab after a few seasons. I do not spend a lot of money on white t-shirts. And Target has good t-shirts. I've picked up stuff at Target. You can find great things at Target and terrible things at these high-end stores, and vice versa. So it pays to look at the quality and determine if that is worth your time and money. Not only that, quality doesn't just mean the fabric and the construction of the item, it also means making sure it's right for you, your style, your lifestyle, and your wardrobe. So it can be beautifully made. It can be a fantastic deal. But if you're not going to wear it, if it doesn't work for you, then it doesn't matter how great the quality is or what a good deal it is. We still say no to it. But we also say no to poorly made things that are just going to fall apart very quickly. It's just going to upset you very soon. My next tip might surprise you, but it is to shop at high-end stores. If you want to be able to recognize quality when you see it, then you need to shop at high-end stores. Notice I did not say buy at high-end stores. I said shop them. Shopping and buying are not the same thing. Go in, take a look around, feel the fabrics, look at the construction, look at the seams, try things on, see how they fit. Once you know what quality looks like, you can recognize it anywhere, at a thrift store, at Target, like we said. You can find quality anywhere if you know what you're looking for. And the high-end stores are the best places to see these, remembering that not everything at these stores is quality, but the majority of it is, or they typically couldn't get away with charging what they charge. Learning to recognize it means you can find it no matter where you are and no matter what your budget is. You can find really inexpensive things that are high quality if you know what you're looking for. My next tip, it might be one of the hardest ones, and that is be willing to walk away empty-handed. Leaving empty-handed after spending time going from store to store can feel like a failure. And I know it's tempting to buy something, anything, to feel like you achieved something. But the truth is, walking away when you didn't find what you want and need is a success. And coming home with things you don't love or need is the true failure. Be picky. I know it's become a dirty word, but we have every right to be choosy, selective, whatever word makes you feel comfortable about how you spend your money and what you put on your body, what comes home with you. It's money out of your pocket. You're going to have to care for it, launder it, pick it up, move it around, and in theory, feel good about putting it on your body. You can frame it however you want to, but it is a strength and not a shortcoming to be particular about how you spend your money, what comes into your home, and what you wear. Being conscientious about how you spend your money and what you choose to wear is thoughtful and smart. You know, we talked a lot this summer about what does your style say about you? What are you communicating to people through your appearance? What does your personal billboard say to people? And when you're being selective in this way, you are choosing the message that you're sending. And if nothing in those stores meets your needs, you're not actually leaving empty handed. You're leaving with your money still in your wallet. You didn't trade it for something that you don't love. So I want to know if that one, as we go, I would love to know which one of these is the hardest for you, because these are challenges that most of us face when we're out shopping. So I would just tell me in the comments which one of these has been the hardest for you. And it could be more than one, but this one I find is where a lot of us fall down at the end of that shopping trip. We're like, I can't go home without something, or I'm a failure. So I'd be really interested to know how that one, if that rings true with you. So another tip I have for you is don't let the stores or trends dictate your style. When you walk into store after store and you see rack after rack of things you would never wear, it's easy to start to doubt yourself. The trip will start with thoughts of, I would never wear that. And with enough exposure, moves on to, do I need that? Am I the only person who doesn't have that? And it can end with, I need one. Maybe one's not enough. Maybe I need 10. Incorporating the right trends into your wardrobe is what keeps your classic style feeling fresh and modern. And we talked about this a lot this summer too. This style snack is kind of tying in a lot of the things we talked about this summer, but defining your style, defining your own personal style rules, and being selective, picky, choosy, whatever you want to call it, thoughtful about which trends you adopt, and having a clear definition of what those are and the confidence to stick to what you truly love will help you avoid the trend trap. Like I said, trends keep us fresh and modern, and there are some trends that come along and you're like, I have been waiting for you all my life. Yes, welcome to my closet. Where have you been? And there are others that your gut instinct is, you couldn't pay me. That is the worst thing I've ever seen. And someone else might be all, I love you. That gut check, that initial gut check is usually what you should follow. But enough time and exposure, you will start to doubt yourself, and you can start to think that that's what you have to have, or this is all that's available, and you're settling again. Stick to your style. Know what it is. And if you're having trouble defining what your style is, that right there is going to be your number one problem when you're shopping. If you don't actually know what you like and you don't like, then how can you possibly be selective and choosy when you're buying, when everything is an option? Well, maybe I like that. I mean, I liked it on her. It looks really good on her, so it'll look good on me too. I'll get 1 or 3. And it's not. If you're struggling with starting to define your style, I have a free masterclass called 5 Steps to Find the Right Clothes for You. And it will help you start to define what you do and don't love in your wardrobe so you can shop more confidently. It comes with a free workbook to help you work through these 5 steps at your own pace. So during the masterclass, it's just over an hour. You can just sit, enjoy, and listen. And then afterward, you can print the workbook and do the 5 steps at your own pace, and you're not rushing and trying to copy down every word I say. So, I created this to get you started on defining your style and finding some of those core elements of what you love. It will make shopping so much easier and less frustrating if you know what you actually do and don't like, and you can immediately eliminate things. I know what I do and don't like on a very basic level, and it translates across all types of clothing. And I know what my deal breakers are, and I can look at that and say, love the color, love the cut, hate the ruffles. I can't wear ruffles. I just can't. Other women look so cute in them, but I've stopped buying them because I know this about myself. That's a deal breaker. It doesn't matter how much I love the color and the cut and everything else. Ruffles are a no-no for me. So this masterclass can help you figure out some of those things for yourself. And you can sign up for the masterclass by going to stunningstyle.com/masterclass. There are multiple times available. And I hope you'll watch it. I've heard so many great things from other women who watched it and that it was really helpful for them. And that's my number one goal, is to help you. So I hope you watch this one and that it's helpful. I am going to check the comments and questions quickly. And if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and leave them here and we'll chat. This is, for me, this is the best part, is when we get to chat. This is what I like. Property manager says, love the red. Well, thank you. I love the red too. It's one of, after black, white, and blue, red's my next favorite. A property manager also says they're building a bigger walk-in closet. See, and that's not really the answer. It feels like the answer. My new closet, we've moved into my dream home. That our new house, this is my dream home. I love everything about this house. Like, it's a pinch me, am I dreaming house. I love my house, but my closet is actually smaller maybe than what I had before. It's shaped differently. Yeah, I don't have as much space, but I love it because I don't have as many clothes. Now, I love everything in my wardrobe now, and I have fewer clothes. Like, this is my dream wardrobe, and I have far fewer clothes than I did when I hated everything I wore. I had a ton of clothes, and I had nothing to wear, and I didn't like it. I have a lot less now, and I love all of it, and I have endless options, and I feel fantastic in everything I wear. So for me, a bigger walk-in closet isn't the answer. I used to think that buying something new would solve my problem, and it didn't. It just made more frustration. Emily says, yes, I loved the home decor talk. Well, that's great. I'm glad. I mean, home decor is not my topic, and I'm certainly not an expert at that. But I have learned, I've been able to focus in on what I do and don't love with some of these lessons that I've learned from my personal clothing style. Margaret says, yes, please. Okay. Leslie says, good morning. Yes, I'm interested in part 2 of home decorating. Well, good. It sounds like it's something that y'all are interested in. Fran says, hi, I'm watching from Brisbane, Australia. It's 3 a.m. Oh, Fran. Well, hello. We're so happy you're here, but shouldn't you be sleeping? Oh, I need my sleep. I need my sleep. So I hope you catch up on your sleep, and I'm glad you're here. But I mean, you can watch the recording too. Don't sacrifice your health, but if you're up anyway, then we're glad you're here. Graciela says, I have an issue. My style doesn't suit my life. If I was only wearing what I really love, I would be just too dressed up. Who goes to Starbucks wearing designer high heels when your friends are wearing trainers? You know, you and I could be best friends. I love dressy clothes. They are my number one favorite. And I'm the same way. Like, I would wear dressy clothes and heels and everything all the time, but that does not suit my lifestyle. I have 6 kids and a dog, and I work from home, and there are a lot of days I don't even leave my house. I clean the kitchen. I worked in a corporate professional job before I had kids, and that I loved the wardrobe, the suits and the pencil skirts and the heels and the blouses, and I loved it. So first of all, wear what you love. That is the only rule that I have. If you love it, wear it. Also, if you can function in it. For me, I could not function in those clothes. I need to be able to get down on the floor and search for shoes under the couch and sit with my kids and read. And I need to be able to wash the dishes and start dinner. And I need to be able to take the dog on a walk. I need that functionality in my life. If you can function in those clothes in your life, wear them anyway. If you're just worried about what your friends are wearing, they can wear what they want and you can wear what you want. So if it doesn't impede your life, I would wear it anyway. It would impede my life. So I don't wear it. And my husband does schedule dates for us that I can wear those things, and I do wear them to church when church is actually happening. So I have these other times that I get to wear them. But my primary wardrobe is focused on clothes that I can actually wear. So my quick tip for you is I combine the two. I choose dressy style things that I can wear with jeans, and I mix the two, and that's when I feel most happy and functional. Fran says, I know what you mean. Oh, Fran, which part that you know what I mean? Tell me. Kimberly says, I have fallen into the good deal gremlins trap. Kimberly, oh, we all have. They are so tricky and sneaky. They are so good at what they do. And we believe them and we want to believe them, right? They're so good at it, but you're not alone. We all do. So yeah, it happens to all of us, but if we're aware of it and what's happening, we can stay out of it. Laura says, don't tell us the brand of the purse. Yeah, I decided not to. I don't want to, yeah, I'm not gonna. It is a brand I love. Everyone can create something, you know. It was really pretty, but no, if I can't get it open, no. Wendy says, I love my Target jeans. You know, I've heard so many good things about them. I haven't tried them because to date, I've only seen skinny jeans there, and I gave up skinny jeans a long time ago, so they didn't have a style that I would wear. But if they start coming out with boot cut, I'll be the first one to try them because, yeah, why not? If they're fantastic and they're at Target, I'll buy them. Tate says, I've done this. I've actually seen some shoddy things at expensive stores too. Yeah, and it's so disappointing. It's so disappointing. I expect better of you for the prices that you're charging and the reputation that you've built. You should be ashamed of yourself. Mistakes happen, right? But sometimes you start to see a trend at a brand and you're like, I know you're cutting corners and I'm not okay with it. I trusted you and you're breaking that trust. Margaret says these are great tips. Well, thank you, Margaret. I'm glad they're helpful to you. I want to know which one's your favorite. Judy says, are you familiar with Fold London? If you want to see beautiful quality, fantastic materials, gorgeous styling, and dynamic prices, check it out. P.S. The clothes would be wonderful on you, just saying. Judy, I have never heard of that, and I will be checking them out. Thank you. Those sound like all my very favorite things. So thanks for the recommendation. I love new things to check out. Adrian says, ignoring good deal grandmas. Maybe that was supposed to be gremlins. You can have a good deal grandma too. Maybe your grandma is all about the good deal, but I think you were saying that avoiding the good deal gremlins is your biggest challenge. And I hear you. It is hard. I've gotten better at it. I have focused on this the last several years, and it's especially hard if it's a brand I love, but it's not something that suits me. And I'm like, but I love that brand, and oh my gosh, it's such a good deal. But I don't actually like it. That's when it's really hard for me to pass by. A Facebook user says, walking away from a perceived, oops, it bumped. Deal is hardest for me, but coming home empty-handed follows close behind. Yeah, a perceived good deal. That's the key word, perceived, because it's not a good deal if you're not going to wear it, if it's not going to help you. And walking away empty-handed. I hope that today's discussion helps you recognize that walking away empty-handed is actually a success because you're being smart and selective. Nancy says, I love buying dress-up clothes, but I have a casual lifestyle. I know, I'm with you. I did it for years because it's what I love, it's what I know or knew, and I still had nothing to wear because I was home with all these babies. And I can't wear dress up clothes with babies. So it's a problem. It really is. But if you recognize it, you could stop it. Leslie says, buying pants is hard for me. I've always tried before I buy. Now, even if I order several sizes and none fit, that's a lot of returns. Leslie, pants are hard. They're hard for everyone. We're all shaped so differently. And, you know, they do these based on averages. And averages doesn't mean most of us fit into it. And so it does require a lot of trying on and returns, and usually a little bit of tailoring. Most of us don't fit into things off the rack. And if you find something you do, then it is your lucky day and keep buying it. But, you know, most of my pants, I have to get tailored in some way or another to make them perfect. And it's worth the money. If it's just the one thing that can be fixed and it's otherwise I love them, then absolutely, I'll get them tailored. Margaret says, finding items to make outfits. I end up with items that I can't mix with others to make new outfits. Oh yeah. So Margaret, this summer we talked about that. I'll try to, let me make a note to myself. I have to make these notes or I forget. I did a style snack this summer about exactly how to avoid that problem. So let me make myself a note. I'll go find that link and put it here for you. It'll really help you. It would take me too long to explain the whole thing. So I'll find the link when we're done here and put it. It's a common problem though. It's not just you. A Facebook user says, I never pay a big price for white t-shirts. I buy several at the first of the season and work through them because I seem to always spill stuff on them. They lose their crispness or fade in brightness, and they can become house cleaning, gardening shirts. Oh, that was Karen. Hi, Karen. Thank you for putting your name so I know who I'm talking to. Yeah, it's true. White t-shirts are hard, and so I don't spend big money on white t-shirts because of those very problems that you mentioned. And I do have a couple of them that I wear for like yard work and stuff. And I remember one time my husband was like, you were wearing a white shirt to go shovel mulch. And I'm like, do you see it's got paint on it? I'm okay with it. And I won't get overheated. It's really hot outside. I need white. Diana says, I detest shopping of any kind. However, I hate going home empty-handed because I know I'll have to shop all over again. I've embraced one of your tips, finding certain brands and their sizing and buying them online. It's so much easier using your tips to filter out things I don't like. Diana, I'm so glad that that tip has made a big impact on you. I hope you'll take this one too, because if you bought something you didn't actually like, you're still going to have to go and buy it and go shopping again. And now you'll be with less dollars in your bank account and one more thing in your closet that you don't like. One more source of frustration and shame hanging there with the tags on, or that when you put it on, you're like, I hate this. So it's not really solving your problem. If you don't love it, you're still going to go out and look for it again. So I hope this is one that you'll think about a little more and try it. Try coming home empty-handed, because it's a waste. It's a waste to buy something that's not helping you. You're not actually solving the problem. I've done this. I speak from experience. Rose says, the hardest one for me is passing up a great bargain. Stunning Style Society has really helped me to really look at the item and determine if I really need it in my wardrobe. Rose, I love hearing that. I love hearing that. I'm so glad it's helped you. And I struggle with the same thing. To this day, there are times when I have to just stop myself and go, it's not a good deal if I'm not gonna wear it. It's not a good deal if I'm not gonna wear it. It doesn't matter what brand it is. It doesn't matter how cheap it is. It's not a good deal. It's not a good deal. You know, I have my mantra. It's a challenge for all of us, but it's gotten a lot easier. Lynn says, taking a list with me. I know generally what I need, but due to my size, I have so often looked for whatever fits nicely and the colors I like. Then I try to fit it into my wardrobe. One of the reasons I'm here is to be more intentional and what I do and do not like. Example, I do not like 3/4 length sleeves, but had bought some due to color and fit. Intentionality in my wardrobe, thanks. Lynn, you're not the only one who has done this. We have done this. All of us have done this. And I do talk about this in the masterclass. So if you haven't watched it yet, I hope you will, because those are what I call deal breakers. Like the ruffles for me, that's a deal breaker. I don't care what the rest of it looks like. But there was a long time in my life that I've been like, well, I didn't even realize that I didn't like ruffles on a conscious level. I would just be like, ooh, the color, or ooh, I love the fit. And I would bring it home anyway and then not wear it. And I wasn't sure why I don't wear it because I like these other things about it. What are my deal breakers? So knowing what your deal breakers are is critical. There are things I'm willing to compromise on and things I'm not. And I know what those things are. And it makes all the difference. But I understand there are things that are really challenging for me to find. And it's tempting to say, well, but it's, finding dresses that are long enough for me is hard. And sometimes I'm like, but it's long enough. So maybe I should just buy it anyway. No, I shouldn't. We all have challenging fit items, those things in our wardrobe that we're just like, oh, I can never find. And we're willing to, that's when we're most tempted, I think, to break our own rules, but it's worth it to wait. Christy says, hello, April. Historically, I've had trouble with the Good Deal Gremlins, but no more. Hi, Christy. I'm glad you're here. And the Good Deal Gremlins, they're the worst. Not to be confused with the shopping fairies, but sometimes they look the same. So I hope this helps. It takes practice. Property manager says, style for biz casual, soft dressing with cardigans, which trousers? I need more information. So if you can be a little more specific about the question, I can try to answer it. Michelle says, leaving without making a purchase is the hardest when I'm tired and frustrated from not finding what I've been looking for. It is. And if you add hungry to that, oh my gosh, I might come home with half the store just to leave. I do not make good choices when I'm hungry and tired and frustrated. So I know, I get it. Linda says, I love your red shirt. Well, thank you, Linda. It's one of my favorites. Leaving empty-handed can be hard when looking for a particular piece. It's easy to buy something you later regret. It absolutely is. It absolutely is. It sounds like a lot of you are also having trouble with the leaving empty-handed, but I can tell you, you're just taking frustration home with you. Wendy says, my dad is the only guy in my family, and both he and my mom appreciated well-made clothes. Growing up in Hong Kong, shopping on the weekends was a family activity. Malls in Hong Kong are comprehensive. More affordable brands on one floor, higher end brands on another, designer brands on another. We would go to all kinds of stores and look at clothes. Quality can be found at all price points. Nowadays, I don't have that kind of time, but once in a blue moon, if I have some free time, I'll head to the mall. I think it got cut off there. So I did not know you grew up in Hong Kong, Wendy. That's so cool. I have not visited Hong Kong, but it is somewhere I would love to go. And that's so interesting, that layout, and helpful too. Like you can go where you need to go. Like you know what you're looking for, you know what your budget is, that's really interesting. And you can, like, I totally agree. Quality can be found at all price points. And time is our most valuable asset. And so I hope that these tips make shopping easier and more efficient. I love to be efficient. Karen says, giving up skinny pants of any type was so freeing. Amen. I mean, I've talked about this a lot in the past, so I won't go into it, but I remember when skinny pants came out and my first thought was, those will look horrible on me. I'm not wearing that. But after a few years, I saw it enough and it was pretty much all that was available in the stores that I finally was like, maybe I do need skinny pants. I'm the only one not wearing skinny pants. I should wear them too. And so I did. I wore them for several years. And then a few years ago, I was like, no, these are doing me no favors. And when I first tried wearing boot cut again, at first I was like, this looks so weird. I can't do it. So I did a 30-day challenge. I gave up skinny pants for 30 days, only wore boot cut. And I needed that mental transition again. And after 30 days, there was no going back. Like, no, I can't unsee it. This looks so much better. Even my husband was like, I think you look great in everything, but I agree. Like, those just look so much better on you. So yeah. And if you love skinny pants, wear them forever. Wear what is best for you. A Facebook user says, buying because I think I should, even though I don't love something. Just sent back 2 items I thought I should love, but I didn't. Oh, the shoulds are the worst. Yes. And we talked a lot about shoulds this summer. They get into our heads. And that's kind of what we were talking about with don't let the stores and the trends dictate your style, because it does. It starts to seep into your brain. I should be wearing that. Everybody's wearing that. I'm the only person not wearing that. There's something wrong with me because I'm not wearing that. I don't belong. And it's easy to get caught up in that. Being aware of it, though, can help you avoid it. And good for you. I'm proud of you for sending those 2 things back. You don't have to love them. And good for you for knowing that you don't. Tate says, I've had jeans that were the same brand, same style, same size, only a different color, and they fit totally differently. Oh my gosh. Yes. Why? That's frustrating. Yes, I've had the same problem. Or you even buy the same pair, same color, same everything, same size, and they fit differently. Why? Quality control. I don't know, but it's frustrating. Carol says, me too, so frustrating. Yes. Linda says, I love your shirt. Well, thank you. I've had it for several years. I love it too. I've worn it a ton. It's hard when you're looking for a particular piece and can't find it. So it's easy to settle instead of leaving empty-handed. Regrets. Also, I gravitate toward dressy clothes too much and cave in when it's a bargain sometimes. I know, but leave empty-handed anyway. You didn't find what you wanted. Buying that thing is not filling the hole. And the dressy clothes, I know, I still have more than I need. I made myself a promise a few years ago. I was not buying any more dressy clothes. I don't need more heels. I do not need more dressy dresses. I don't need more pencil skirts, like dressy skirts. I love casual skirts too. But I stopped buying them for the most part. If there's a special occasion coming up that I need something, then yes, I will. But I've stopped. I don't need any more. But it's hard when I see them. I'm like, oh, you're so beautiful, and I would love to wear you. I have nowhere to wear you. It's hard. It's hard. Sorry, the comments are bumping up. I've got to see where I was. Tate says, I've made a rule to try literally everything on before buying because of this. Oh yeah, every time. Yeah, and I hate trying on clothes. Oh, I hate it. I especially hate it in the store. Trying on clothes, like changing clothes, oh, I hate it. But I do because it saves me a trip back to return it. It's a good rule to have. A Facebook user says, what kind of jeans are best to transcend trends? Well, so there are a lot of classic styles. Skinny pants are classic. I mean, Audrey Hepburn wore them. if they suit you and if you love them, they're classic. Bootcut jeans are classic. Straight leg are classic. Classics also trend. So, skinny pants were in. I would say that there's a difference between skinny and jean leggings, jeggings. Like those are like so tight that they're as tight as leggings. That's a little more on the trendy end, but skinny pants that don't hug every single outline of your leg, those are classic. And if you love them and they suit you, then keep wearing them. Bootcut jeans, also classic. And skinny jeans are, the trend of that is ending, and the bootcut are trending again, but they're both classic. I would say flare jeans are trendy because flare is an extreme. Anything that's an extreme. So flare is an extreme version of bootcut. Jeggings are an extreme version of skinny pants. Straight leg pants, always classic. So, whatever suits you of those, whatever you love, those are all classics that come in trending cycles. So same with hem lengths, like they make all these micro and macro adjustments to make us feel like we're out again. But like if it suits you, if it suits your style, it's always in style. And then you can change these details, these little details that can make it feel more modern, but it doesn't have to be in that particular item. It can be in another part of your wardrobe, if that makes sense. And that's a whole other topic. We talked about, I'll add that to the list of things I'll link to. Because I've written about this more than once. It's a really important thing to know. And we talked about it a lot this summer. I could link to several style snacks, but there are two in particular that I'll link you to help you with that. Christy says, I was told different washes, especially on jeans, impact the fabric in different ways. Well, it can. I would say it's kind of the reverse. And someone can correct me if I'm wrong. I know Chris is an expert on textiles. She has a master's degree. But from my understanding, it's more that the fabric affects the wash. Like different fabrics will take dyes differently. I think it has more to do with the fact that sometimes the same thing is made in multiple factories. Can be one thing. I think there are a lot of reasons. I've not heard that, but that's possible. Different washes could impact the fabric differently. I would say, well, and I think with the white jeans, that's probably true, because when I buy jeans in the same brand, same everything, but they're white, it does change the fit. So I would say the bleaching process probably does. That's probably true. So if anybody knows more about that, I hope you'll chime in and educate us. I'd love to know more about that. Karen says, I think I'd look better in bootcut over skinny pants, but I just don't know how to style them. There are so many more examples out there for skinny jeans, and it seems that shoes are more of a challenge with bootcuts, somewhat limited styles work in getting the best look. Oh, Karen, I totally get it. Yes. And this is something that I had to, this is a process I had to go through. When I went back to bootcut, I was like, and now what? There's so many choices that you have to make, so many more. Like skinny jeans, just wear whatever shoes. And anyway, so no, I get it. It is a lot, and it's something I've thought about creating a workshop about, a one-time workshop. I've actually kind of outlined it and halfway written it, but I thought about doing that this fall because it does change things. It changes what you wear. It changes your shoes. It does. It changes things. It changes everything, actually. There are a lot of things to consider, and it can be really frustrating if you just go out and buy your bootcut jeans and then it doesn't feel right because some of the other elements of your outfit aren't right. There are more factors to consider. And it was the same with skinny jeans. It just happened so long ago, we don't remember going through that. Because it's been 10 or more years since skinny jeans really started trending. So that if that's something you all are interested in, let me know, because it's an idea I've been kicking around all year, but I was just waiting for the fall because no one's talking about jeans in the summer. And most women look better in bootcut, being totally honest. They're universally flattering. Everyone can wear bootcut and look great in them. So do you say your name Jean or Jean? Says Christy, white and black especially. So yes, she seemed, yeah, tell us more. If you know more about that, I would love to know about it. The white, I've totally noticed. I haven't noticed the black, but I would love to know more about that. Christy says, what do you think about renting special occasion items instead of buying additional items? I think it's fantastic, and I've done it. Sometimes I have to go to formal events, and I'm not buying a formal gown for hundreds of dollars to wear one time, because the next time I go, I'm not really going to wear that dress, am I? Because I'm usually with the same people. So yeah, I've used Rent the Runway. That's the only one I've used. I think it's a great idea. Do it. And then you don't have to take care of it. It's a lot less expensive. You don't even have to dry clean it. Like, you just rent it, you wear it, and you send it back, and it is no longer your problem. I love everything about it. Michelle says, how do you know if skinny jeans really are your best style? I think they work for me. I got into wearing skinny jeans because they're easy to wear with ankle boots or tall boots. They are easy to wear with ankle boots and tall boots. Well, there are certain I mean, if you love them, then just wear them. So like, there are rules like of what body types are most flattered by different cuts of pants and different things, but ultimately it's up to you. If you love them and you love how you look in them, then those rules don't really matter at all. You should wear them. So I can tell you the technical rules, but I also want you to do what you want to do and not stop wearing them because I or anybody else said so. I don't want to be one of the shoulds that is hampering you. So if you love wearing tall boots over your pants, well, that's just not going to work with boot cut or straight cut, is it? You need skinny pants. You can wear ankle boots with boot cut, but straight body types, hourglass, mostly straight body types can really wear skinny jeans. Anybody can wear them, but that's the technical, if you want to know who is most flattered by them. I have a pear shape and they don't flatter me. But it depends on what your objective is. If you want to accentuate your curves in your lower half, then yes, they do flatter you. And if you're trying to balance your proportions, then no, they don't. So it depends on what you're trying to achieve. But so that's the technical answer. Yeah, I hope that helps. Wendy says, April, any chance you will archive all of your videos? It would be very helpful to see a list of all your videos with links. Well, they're on my website. So after these videos, I create a blog post with them, and they're on my website for easy access. You can also, on my Facebook page, if you click on they've changed it now. It used to be the videos tab. Now it might be media or something like that. And then you can choose videos. You can see them that way, but they're on my website. Cynthia says suede booties are great. They are. Karen says the boot cut class would be great. They definitely fit my body type better. I agree. Most people look better in boot cut. Well, and Wendy says yes to the boot cut pants workshop. Okay, so if that's good to know that that's interesting to you. If it's of interest to a lot of people, then I will put it together. It's a lot of work, and we are moving into a house and we have a lot of projects to do. If it's interesting to enough people, I will dedicate the time to it. Because I have to balance my time just like all of us, right? And if there's enough interest, then I can do it. So I would love to know from more of you if that is something that you'd be interested in, then I can put it together, because it's more in depth than you think it is. I don't want that to intimidate you, but there's just it takes a lot of time to pull together all of the examples, because I'm such a visual person. I need to see it, and I think it helps a lot of you too. So pulling all of these resources together, and anyway, Diana says yes to the boot cut workshop. Okay, well, yeah, keep letting me know, and if I get enough interest, I will set aside time for that and put it together. And I'm getting a lot of yeses. Yes, April and Marietta. Hi, April and Marietta. Okay, a lot of you are chiming in. Okay, so that's something that I'll have to calendar in the time to do that. More and more yeses coming in. I can see it's a source of frustration, and I was anticipating it because I experienced this frustration myself a few years ago when I decided to switch to boot cut, and there was nothing out there. Like, I researched and I'm like, surely somebody has written about this, because I can't be the only person who's frustrated by this, and I found nothing. So I figured it out on my own. And more yeses. Emily says, I would also like to hear more about styling bootcut jeans, particularly in cold weather. I always feel like a cowgirl in my bootcut jeans and winter boots. Yes, I know. It can be a problem. It's one that I have faced, and I know what to do about it. Okay, well, that's good to know. That's really good to know. It seems like a lot of you are interested in it, and definitely the more of you who chime in and say you're interested, the more I can prioritize that. So this has been fun. I love the chat part, and Julie says, are you speaking specifically of jeans? I don't really ever see bootcut pants or slacks. Well, you don't yet, but you will. They are there. They're out there. And you'll see more of them. They're coming. And it does change things. So thank you so much for joining me. I love this chat with you. I love to talk to you and spend this time with you every week. It's always a great midweek break for me. I hope it's a great midweek break for you. And I appreciate that you spend this time with me. It means a lot to me that you're part of my life and I'm part of your life, and that we can share ideas. So I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week. And I look forward to seeing you next week at the same time, Wednesday at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And I will go and grab the links to those three posts that I mentioned, and I will add them here. Have a wonderful rest of your day.